Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, we are today. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, class. Hello.
Yes, good morning, ma.
Good morning,
Yeah,
ma.
good morning. Yes,
Good morning,
Elizabeth.
everyone.
Yes, how
Yes,
was
ma.
your night?
Fine, ma. Thank
How,
God, ma. Yours, ma.
It's fine. Thank you. Well, just 7. Can we start?
Yes, we can, ma. Others will join us, ma.
Okay. So, we will summarize what we have done, what we did yesterday. I want somebody to volunteer and summarize what we did yesterday. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma. We can hear you, ma.
Elizabeth, can you summarize what we did yesterday in 2 seconds?
Yes, we can hear you, ma.
Yes.
I can make
Joseph.
an attempt, ma. We talked about research questionnaire. And we talked about the types of questionnaire we are to use during our research. We talked about
Okay.
open-ended and closed-ended questionnaire. And we talked about the merits and the demerits of the types of questionnaire to be used.
Okay.
And you also talked about questions, not to be too hands on one question, and you collect data.
Sorry, Elizabeth's voice is breaking. I don't know whether it's from my end or it's the whole class.
It's the
The
whole class,
network
ma.
logged me out.
Okay. Thank you for your contribution. At least I've heard some things, and I heard about questionnaire, the types of questionnaire, the merits and demerits of types of questionnaire. Thank you so much. Who is this, my friend? Joseph Odu. Please go ahead. Summarize what you did yesterday for us.
Okay.
Yes.
So that
Yes,
we
ma.
can build on that.
Okay. Then you talked about types of data. We talked about primary data and hello, ma. Hello, class.
All these people that are coming in, please mute yourself before you join the class. Before you join the class, make sure that you have muted yourself, please.
Okay, ma. So
Please.
so far so good. You actually elaborated a lot about this questionnaire and how you want us to digest it so that during our research work, we will not have any difficulties in attempting our research work, ma.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That shows that some people are listening, that the effort is not being wasted. Is there anybody that has another thing to add? Maybe something she forgot that we did yesterday?
Good morning, ma.
Yes, Precious Okpe.
Yes, ma.
Please, can
I'm
you?
trying. What was interesting for me was what you corrected me on when we differentiated the types of data by time and forgetting the other explanation. The one you corrected me that.
Source.
Sorry.
Wow. By time and by source.
Source. Thank you, ma. Those two. I remember that because there was something I said, an answer I gave that was wrong. So that was what struck. That was the one that I remember vividly.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. What's happening to our men now? Huh?
Hello, ma.
Yes.
Yeah.
Joseph.
Let me stand in for the men. Elizabeth has mentioned what we covered yesterday, but I just want to add concerning the types of this questionnaire, open-ended and close-ended. You made mention that the open-ended can easily be coding, but on the aspect of close-ended, that is somehow difficult for coding. That if we use the open-minded, open-ended coding, it can be converted easily, but for the close-ended cannot be converted easily. I remember that then we talk about the content of a good questionnaire, how that contain three categories. Talk about administrative information, talk about information on respondents, profile or characteristics. Then we'll talk about information on important variables.
Okay. Thank you, Joseph, for representing the men. But there's something you said I want to correct. Maybe I didn't pass the information well, and you didn't get it very well. Mary, Mahan. Mary, please mute yourself. Where is that Mary self so I can mute her? Okay. So you said that for open-ended questionnaire, open-ended question type, that the data, when they are collected, they can easily be recoded, but for close-ended questions, they cannot be recoded. That is not really very correct. What I was saying is that the open-ended questionnaire gives you the data in its raw form, and you can really use that form, that way it is, the way it is. Maybe so you ask somebody the age and he gives you 25 or 35, another person 40. It gives you an edge over the one that you gave option. Why? Because you can use that raw one, that one that is open-ended, to run several analyses, which the other one cannot run. So it's not all about coding. The fact that you have already put them in this close-ended, that you have already given option, is already coded already. The coding is very easy already. So it's not about the idea of coding or not coding, but it's the idea of what you can use the data you have generated to do. This one, and what I said that looks like as if is the coding is that the one you collected that is open-ended can easily be converted to look like the close-ended. Like if you collect that in age, the age of individual people, you can easily regroup it. Tell computer, put this age limits for me, put this group for me, put this bracket for me from 20 to 30, give me the percentage from this, and the computer can do it. But the reverse is the case. When you collected the data in the form of a closed-ended, so for you now to change it to be like an open-ended is practically, or is very difficult. Is not coding. It's trying to change the other one to look like the other one, and trying to change the close-ended to look like the open-ended. So that is the point that I made. It's not about coding. It's about trying to change that raw data, that open-ended data. It can easily be changed to close-ended, but close-ended cannot easily be changed to open-ended again, because you have already closed it. Just assuming somebody's age is between, you use close-ended question, and somebody's age is between 31 to 40, for instance. So what will you say is the person's real age? That's what you are saying. But if the person has given you his age that is 30 or 31, you can still code it, or you can still analyze it, and it will still be in that form of 20, 30 to 31. So that is what I have said. I said this one can be easily
Yes.
reverted to the other one, but the other one is not possible to revert to the other one. Is that okay, Joseph?
Yes, noted, ma. Take in.
Okay, Atse, Badondo, Badondon. What is your name, Atse? Steven, are you talking to us? Atse, please mute yourself now if you are not talking to us. So today, thank you for yesterday, and today I think by the grace of God, we'll be able to finish what we have. Please tell your colleague to mute. Oh. Hello, class.
Hi, ma.
Please, who is this thing now? The host. Please mute the other guy that is disturbing. Mute us. Say. But there is so much noise at the background.
Ate Steven, then Ngufan Stella.
Hello, class. Hello. Please, can we be together? Can we start this question? Who are these people talking now?
Stephen, please mute your mic. Stephen.
The problem is that they are not even around. They will just leave this thing on and go. Who is the admin? Admin, mute everybody. Please. So today we are going to look at processing and displaying of data. That is another aspect. I think that should be another aspect I will finish before we go into practical demonstration. So here we want to see how you have collected data with your questionnaire or with other research instruments. Thank God. You have collected data and then you are back from the field. I don't know whether anybody has collected data before, the bulkiness of it and all that. So it's time for you to start to work and how you are going to present your findings or your data or you analyze them. So this process of processing, this involves cleaning. You have to clean up your data, editing and coding. Sometimes it's not even you that went to the field, it may be your enumerators and all that. So you have to join them together. You have to edit. If there is a place to merge, you have to merge. If there is a way to split, you split. If there is so much to clean, so much to work on. So in data analysis, most of the work is done to clean and make sure that you have a clean data. Because once your data is clean, you can go ahead with your other analytical analysis. But once there are problems here and there, the data is not, there are so many empty spaces, there are so many the key things you are looking for may not be there, and maybe some places computer may even, you need to clean it because it's not everything that goes into the analytical tool. SPSS, for instance, it does not allow you to put comma, maybe when you are writing figures like a naira, like amount of money, and you say 10,000, then you write 10 and put comma, it will not accept it, and so many other things. And then something like stochastic frontier, it does not accept any figure that is zero. Once there is anywhere there is zero in your work on your spreadsheet, automatically it will not run, no matter how you run it from now till infinity. Once there's a zero as a figure inside it, it will not run. So you need to do so much of the cleaning, so much of the editing and all that, so that you come up with a cleaner data and then it can be analyzed. So our steps in coding, this involves developing a code book. We are going to do that, although some of us can do without the code book, but for this lecture is good. And as a beginner, you can start with this. Developing a code book, pre-testing the code book, coding the data, and verifying the coded data. So first of all, we edit. Information from data collection is called raw data. Processing is to ensure that the data is clean, identify and minimize errors, incompleteness, like I told you, misclassification and gaps in the information from respondents. Recently, I was doing a analysis for my students, and he gave me the raw data in Excel, the spreadsheet. So when I was to start the analysis, I first of all went to check, because is a good practice for you to always check the data before you forward to where you can analyze it to the analytical tool. So in the process of going through the data, I now found, I know his number of student respondents. They are 40 something, there are 48 or so. So when I got there, I saw 17. Then on the other row, the column row, I now saw something up to 48. I said, but this guy's question was not up to 48 questions. And then his respondents were like 48. So why this? So when I called him, he said that they did it upside down. That's instead of one respondent taking one row, one row, yes, the respondent will take one column. Each respondent one column. Each respondent one column. So he invariably, what I learned was that he did it the opposite way that we are used to doing it. So I have to pause there. I have to, put some things, think hard, think very hard on what to do. I have to now say, okay, I have to do transpose. Transpose will now change it. The one that was horizontal will become vertical. The one that is vertical becomes horizontal. So that's how I transpose. Because for me to go and be doing it manually, you highlight the first column and you go and put it as the first row. No, how long will it take? So, but all these things are some things that you can do with computer because computer has made things easy. So I just did the transpose and everything fell into place. So there are so much you need to do about cleaning your work because I didn't do like that. Everything that we are going to do will have just been error. Everything will just be in error. So immediately I did the transpose. I now saw their age, everything lined up. I saw this one, everything was just okay. So there are so much to clean, errors, gaps, miscalculation. There are some places that maybe it's only two responses that are needed. Like when you say gender, male or female, somebody it is either one or two or one or zero, and you are seeing 3, 4. That means you know that something is really wrong because the responses is not supposed to be more than two letters. Hello, Nani, do you have a question? So ways of editing data: examine all the answers to one question or variable at a time and examine all the responses given to all the questions by one respondent at a time. You can use one questionnaire and use it to check through what a single respondent, because by the time you start this spreadsheet that we're going to do now, you will see that one respondent, we need to take one row from beginning to the end of all the questions that you have asked. So coding, methods of coding depends on the way a variable has been measured. I don't know, we didn't do measurement scale, and I don't know, maybe when you get to masters, because I just taught the master students measurement scale, where you have 4 levels of measurement. You have the nominal scale, the ordinal scale, interval, and ratio. As the names are, it suggests the type or what their qualification. Nominal means you just give it a name, just name it anything, it doesn't matter. There is no order, there is no preference. The second one, ordinal, there is a kind of order. This one is higher than this one is higher, but the difference between one order and the other is not known. That is one level or the other. Like when you grade your children, the first one, nominal, is just like when you say male and female. You can give male 1, you can give female 2, you can give anything. It doesn't matter. There's no attachment to that. There's no seniority. Okay, that a male must be 1, a male must be 20. I can give normally I give my male 2. I give a female 1. Some people give male 0. So by giving male 0 does not, it has nothing to, it doesn't prove anything that male is more than female, or female is more than male. Or another example of nominal, that's the first level of measurement, is when you say marital status. Somebody is single, somebody is married, somebody is divorced, somebody is separated. I can decide to give any number to any of them. It doesn't mean that a married person is superior to a single person, or a single person is inferior to a married person. No. So the second order is the one we call ordinal. Ordinal means there is an order. When you do secondary school, when you are in secondary school teacher or primary school teacher, when you, at the end of the term, you prepare your results, and you say this one is the first position, this one is the second position, third, fourth, like that. So in that case, there is an order. Or somebody that did not go to school. When you are talking about educational level, somebody that has not gone to school at all should be the least. If you are assigning any number, his own should be the least. Somebody that has gone to primary school should follow. Secondary school should add, like that. So this is what we call ordinal. But when we come to interval scale, this one, there is a level, and the difference between the two levels now is known again. So that place, when you come to a company, you have an organogram, like in IPES. Now we have the director or the center leader, followed by this, followed, I don't know how they, but followed by deputy center leader, social standard, deputy center leader, um, procurement, and like that, until you come to the last person on the floor. So there is an order. There is the difference is that the one we normally use as a clear example of interval scale is this Celsius Celsius temperature, in temperature measurement. The only problem that interval has is that it has no true zero. It has no true zero. I don't know. I'm just going into another thing that I'm not supposed to teach you. But the highest level of measurement is ratio. Ratio is in the sense that ratio, like, it has a true zero. When you see zero, you know that there is no value. Like when somebody will come and tell you my annual income is 0, that means annual income in a year, he doesn't get anything. He doesn't have any money. That 0 means nothing. So the example here is annual income, age, all these things that we can quantify. Your height, your years of experience, or years spent in school, and all that. So all these are the ones who can quantify. So what we are saying is that the coding that you're going to do will depend on the level of measurement. For us here in a social standard, some of our variables are qualitative. Qualitative in the sense that you assign numbers, you look for a way to assign numbers to them. They are not something that you can actually measure. They are not something that are quantitative. Like for me in agriculture course, I can say I want to check the profitability of orange marketing. In that case, I'll be asking the respondents, what is the amount you buy and the amount you sell, so that I can now get the profit he's making and know whether it's profitable or not. But in your own case, you deal with things like um, coping strategy. You deal with like things that are not really things that we can quantify. So in that case, we look for a way. That was why I even taught them how to operationalize, how to look for a way to measure or to attach values to your data. So basically what concerns you here is that we are going to code, and the coding, it depends on the level of measurement that you are using. Okay, so if you are your data, or the data you found in the field, is going to be in the form of is a quantitative data, like all these pure things, like raw data, like age, um farm size, this one that they will just tell you the exact age, not that you will go and do any other thing. So if it's those ones, you don't need to code them again, you just put them the way they are. But if there are some things like some variables like gender, for instance, you need to code what number are you assigning to a male, what number are you assigning to a female, just like that. By the time we do this thing, you understand what I really mean by your measurement scale. So, but for now, um, the way you want to communicate your finding to your reader, responses by respondents can be classified into quantitative. Just like I said, quantitative is the one you can quantify, the one that is in the in a figure form. Let me say figure form. Uh-huh. So, and there are some that are categorical. Categorical, you have to choose or assign values to them, or what we know as qualitative data. So, uh, steps in coding: developing a code book. Code book provides a set of rules for assigning numeric values to answers obtained from the respondents. So in the code book, we are going to use a code book, and we'll see what a code book looks like. Uh, in the structure of the code book, there are three things that are needed. The first column is it's the first column. You know that the column is the horizontal, right? The horizontal, not vertical. The column is the horizontal one. So the horizontal line, you are going to use it to write the question the way it is in your in your in your questionnaire or research instrument. So if you have asked that question as, like, let's take the socioeconomic characteristics, for instance. If the first question you ask your respondent was sex, so you will write sex there, because that is the question, the first question on your on your questionnaire. So the second column now is the name that you are going to give it in the spreadsheet you are preparing for the analysis. So because I can easily write sex again, if it's something like marital status, I can now know how I will abbreviate it so that it will enter, or the computer will accept it. Mark you that as you are preparing the spreadsheet um, is done in Excel. So as you are doing the Excel, um, um, sorry, the spreadsheet, you'll be mindful of the fact that what you are doing is what you are going to put in your analytical tool, analytical instrument, that's the SPSS or Strata. So SPSS, for instance, does not allow you to put, when you are writing the heading, like this marital status, for you to write marital then status, you don't leave a space, so you have to write it as one word. So status, all as one word, but it's not proper for you to write it marital then status. So we are going to see that now, so you will not be confused. So you give the unique name that you want to give it in that coding, in that Excel, that spreadsheet, in that your analysis. You write it in the second column. Then the third column is the response from the respondent. So let's see a code book. So see what you are saying. This is column 1, column 2, column 3. Column 1 is the variable. That's the variable, the way it is in your questionnaire. The way this one, column 1 is the way the question is in your questionnaire. So column 2 is now the way you want to put it in your spreadsheet, that you go for analysis. Then the column 3 is how you tend to code it. What code are you going to give it? How are you going to assign numbers? Coding is about assigning numbers to represent this. Because why we are doing coding is that you cannot come to a spreadsheet that we are going to prepare in a short while now. You cannot come and write male or M. It must be figures. Everything inside the spreadsheet must be figures. So for that, if you have some things that are not in figures, so how you have to give it a figure that you will use to remember it. That's all we are doing. So you cannot write M, because I have seen some people, they are bringing spreadsheet for you, and you see M. When you come to maybe gender or sex, they will write M or F. All we need in that spreadsheet is figures. So that's why we are coding, to put figures to the one that does not have figure. I hope that is clear. Can anybody talk to me?
Yes, ma.
Are we following?
Yes,
following,
ma.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here, the first thing on my questionnaire, this first row is like a heading. This is a variable. This is the SPSS name or the starter name or the spreadsheet name. This one is the coding instruction. So the first thing on my questionnaire was identification number. Maybe this one of these questionnaires that has ID. So how am I going to write it in my spreadsheet? I'll write ID, just only ID. When I see ID anywhere in my analysis, I know that what I mean is identification number. And then how am I going to quantify it? It's a number assigned to each survey. That's the ID now is in numeric form. It has numbers already. So if your ID is 1, I'll write 1. If your ID is 2, I'll write 2. That's the code. So the second question is sex. How am I going to write it in my spreadsheet? I can write it sex because it's short. In column 3, what are the things that are inside the sex? Is either you are a male or a female. So for anybody that is a male, I will put 1 for the person. For anybody that is a female, I'll put what? 2 for the person. That's all. So for age, this is the question, the way I ask it in the question, in my questionnaire. The second column is how I want to write it in my spreadsheet. Then the third column, how am I going to code it? I told you that since it's already in figures, I don't need coding again, unless maybe I did not put my age for as close and as open-ended. So here I left it for them to give me their raw age. So I don't need to code it again. So I'll just put whatever is their age. So this one is marital status. The next question, question I ask them, and what I can use to name it in my SPSS or in my spreadsheet is status, or I can even write M status. There's anywhere I see status, I hope it will not be confusing, because I will have written M status so that I will know that it's marital status. So now, what are the things how am I going to assign numbers? For a single person, I'll give the person 1. for a married person. 2, for somebody that is divorced. 3, for 4, for widowed. Maybe the person has lost his husband, her husband or his wife. I will give the person 4. So this code book now is for me now. Anytime I want to do the analysis, when I see 1 under sex, I will know that I can even tell the computer that whenever you see 1 is a male. I'll tell computer whenever you see 2 is female. Wherever you see under marital status, anywhere you see 1 is single. Anywhere you see 2 is married, like that. So when you feed the computer like that, your result will just come out, and you will see everything, and you will even be happy. You even see the percentage of the married, of the single, of the divorce, and everything. Instead of seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 again, you will not see in the analysis. You just see single when it's coming out as a result. So, but when you are feeding it in, you don't use uh, letters. You use figures. I want somebody to ask me question. Any question? Hello? Am I just talking to myself?
No, ma. But from my end, I
No,
don't have
ma.
a question.
Okay, you don't have questions. We can continue, right?
Yes, ma.
If I give you assignment
Ma,
now,
we are following, ma.
okay. Okay, so
Hello.
yeah,
Yes.
yes, thank
I want to ask question on the age.
you. Okay.
We are told, or from the spreadsheet, we can see that May tag 1, and then there is code 1, and female code. Then when you come to marital status, we have single 1, married, and so on. So to the age, this age range, how we age coded.
Okay. Nani, are you asking question again? If not, mute yourself. If you have a question, ask so that I can answer all at the same time. Okay. So we had his question. Class, how can we code age? And that's what I've been saying since morning. That when you get age, when the respondents gave you their real age, you don't need to code because it's already in figures already.
It's all right.
I don't know whether you're getting me. The idea is inside that spreadsheet, we don't want to see M or male or female. Sorry, disturbance. So what I was saying is that unless you ask your respondent to put their age, maybe you ask the question in close-ended. Who was that asked that question?
Because
If
Dunga
your
Jafet.
question, the question, Japheth. So if you
Yes.
have asked them that question and it was in a close-ended form, in that case, what you will do is you will still have to code, because that 20 to 30 cannot enter in a cell for analysis. So what you do is 20 to 30, you give it 1. 31 to 40, you give it 2, like that. But this is not what I want you to do, because I am trying to discourage you from doing that. I was saying yesterday that if it's possible for you to collect raw data, please collect. So there is no point if you want to ask the respondents their age and you go and do it in close-ended, or you want to ask them about their income, you go and close it. Unless you have a reason, please, if you have a reason for asking it in that form, please, can you tell us? Japhet,
Yes, ma'am.
is there any
most times,
reason why
a reason may arise that some of these respondents may not be well educated. They may not know their exact years or age. So in such circumstance, their age is estimated. And an estimated age, I think, is not given, there's no concise age. They may not tell you that they are 30. It is, I'm around this and that. So that could give room for that reason.
Okay. So, but don't you think that giving them that close-ended will even worsen that situation
Okay.
of not knowing their age? Or okay, what if somebody asks you what is the mean age of your respondents? Will you go and be calculating using the um, manual calculation to get, or you use their midpoint like we talked yesterday to calculate their mean age? So it's safer. What I'm saying is, it's not that it's not good. There are cases where you may likely have to give them option of their age. Maybe for maybe the research you are doing is exploratory research. It doesn't matter. You are not going to use it for an extensive work. It's just to have an idea of something, or that that they don't give you their real age is not an issue that you should go and if you are just going to use the data for descriptive purposes, no, go ahead and collect in that form. Is that okay? If you are not going to use it for an extensive work, just to know, to sample, just to know the people that are here and their age brackets and all that, you may not need it for so much or deep analysis. So can go ahead. But normally at your level, I would like you to know, none of my students will go and collect age or annual income or all these things in a closed form, question type form. So I won't allow that, because I may likely to change my mind and say, okay, let us run correlation, let's all run regression. Let's see how these socioeconomic characteristics have effects on their standard of living or their whatever. So if I want to do it like at that point now, is that the point I have to go and be assuming that this should be their real age, or this should be their, or calculating their class midpoint, the midpoint of those ranges, you know. So if the person does not want to give you a range, you can easily determine that this should be the right thing or the right age, or approximately it should be the person's age, instead of because that one has minimal use. That's the only thing I'm trying to emphasize here. It has minimal use. But if that is what
It's
you
okay, ma.
can get, the best you can get, oh yeah, now go ahead. Is that okay, Jafet?
It's all right. I asked that
All
question
right.
on the grounds that I
So
was not
pretest
early
the
in the
code.
class.
Pretesting involves selecting a few questionnaire and actually coding. Okay. Okay. And actually coding the code responses to ascertain any problem in coding. You have to check to pretest what you have written, whether it's working. Then the step 3 is coding the data. That's preparing the spreadsheet now. Step 4, verifying the coded data. Select a few set instruments at random and record the responses to identify any discrepancies in coding. So all these coding steps we are seeing, let us see the practical aspect. I'm not interested. So, like I asked yesterday, did anybody bring any questionnaire? Even if the one that has not been completed, just a questionnaire for us to use as a sample. Let it be from you. You are the one that gave me, I brought the questionnaire that we're using, so that we can prepare the spreadsheet. That's where we are now. Hello, class.
Hi, ma.
Did anybody bring questionnaire, a copy of a questionnaire?
No, as for me, I didn't bring.
Okay. This is more of practical. Go to, do I have any questionnaire? Let me see. Let me see whether I have any questionnaire. I thought somebody would bring. I don't know that people will not bring questionnaire. Let's see questionnaire. It's difficult now for me to lay hand on any questionnaire. Okay, let me see. Let me see whether there's a questionnaire attached at the end of this write-up. My students' work. Yes, we have seen one. Can you see it? Hello, class.
Not yet, ma.
Not
Oh,
yet,
am I
ma.
not sharing? Sorry. Let me share. Sorry, I didn't know I was not sharing. Check whether you can see now.
Yes, we can see it now.
I don't know. Can you see my screen now? Hello?
No, ma.
No, ma.
Yeah? Can you see my
No, we cannot see it. We can't see
madam?
it.
No, ma.
We can only see sign of sharing. It's no display of any. Yes, we can see.
we can
We
see
can
it
see
now.
it now.
Oh, the network, please allow us so that we can finish this class in peace. So this is a questionnaire. Like I told you, you normally start with something like a letter that you are explaining, an introductory letter to explain yourself to your respondent. So after that, you can see the person's name. So look at section 1, section A, socioeconomic characteristics of rice farmers. Can you see that?
Yes,
Yes,
ma.
ma.
Can you see that? Hi. This network is not helping matters. Can we see the
Yes, you can see the slide.
So what did you see there? The first question is name, which you may not need to write to ask somebody about his name. Because for obvious reason, you are telling the person that is confidential. So no, just leave that name. Then you can see the second question. The second question there is sex. Is either male or female. So question is age. The first question is a marital status like that. So what I'm going to do is Hi. Oh, this network is not helping us. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let me just be fast and know how network can help us. So here, the first thing I write, are you seeing where I am on Excel sheet, plain Excel? The first thing I write here is that
Yes, ma'am.
is the first question. The first question there is sex, right? So I'll type sex. So the next question is maybe age. Another question can be marital status. I'll write M status. I told you that you cannot write M and leave space like this, is wrong. If you can see my this voice, it will be very faint as I'm typing. So but just manage and flow with me. Don't give space. For XPSS doesn't allow you to give space. So you cover the space, M status, all one word. So the next one, the next question I ask may be occupation. Occupation, OCCC, oh sorry, OCCU. The next one may be farm size, farm, then size, SZ. So what I'm trying to show here is that the first role of that, of the Excel is for the heading. The heading all through from question 1 to the last question in the questionnaire. I don't know whether you're getting me. So you use each column for one question, each column one question until you get to the last. In fact, the Excel is wide. As you are going, is opening up. So all the questions you ask, any question you ask should have one column. Any question you have should have one column. Any question. So by the time you label the column to the end, to the right, to the end of the question, the questionnaire, then when you come to these two now, the first one is for labeling, for heading, and make sure that in the heading we don't put asterisks, all these other symbols. It's only letters with no space in between. Don't go and put percentage as in the symbol of percentage, or you want to put at, that at that we normally use at yahoo.com, or you want to put asterisks or dots inside the labeling. The labeling is only this in figures only, and no space in between, no comma. SPSS does not accept anything like comma. So the second row now is the first questionnaire I'm taking now. That's the first respondent. His response will be all through. We run all through the second column. So the third column is for another respondent, the responses all through. So when I come to sex, and I have already coded in my code book, the code book we had, we say that sex, male is 1 and female is 2, right? So for me now, the first questionnaire I administered, the person is a female, so I'll write 2. Instead of writing male, instead of writing F, instead of writing female, I'll write 2. Because already I've already coded it in my code book that anywhere you see 1 under sex is male. Anywhere you see 2 under sex is female. I hope that is clear. So I'll now come to age. The person has given me his age, raw age 35 or 27. Okay. So when I come to marital status, in that my code book, I've already written that somebody that is single is 1, somebody that is married is 2, divorce is 2. I will write the person is divorced, I will write 3. Okay, the person is single, going by her age is 1. So occupation, in that way that I coded gender and I coded the marital status, I'll code occupation too. Maybe farming is 1, civil service is 2, trading is 3. So the person is a farmer, so I'll put 1. Farm size, the size of the farm of the person, maybe that one is in raw form. Maybe the person has 1.5 hectares. I don't have to put hectares. I don't have to put the unit. If some people, most students that I do analysis for, you will suffer. That's the cleaning I'm talking about. They will write 1.5. They will write hectare. They are just creating work for you because you cannot put it. Does this from this number 2 down will not entertain anything that is not figure. It will not entertain any letter at all. Okay, but decimals can go. You can put decimals, but don't put comma. So these hectares are not needed. Or when I say annual income, maybe income, annual income, and then I come under, I'll come and write naira or ash, the one that we normally use as a naira, that we call ash. We put naira 120, 1,000. This is wrong. This one, you are just giving the person that want to do the analysis work. In the first place, you are not supposed to put comma. Hello, class. I hope they are hearing me.
Yes, ma.
Can I get a
Yes,
wave?
ma.
Like I'm talking to myself. Okay, thank you. Thank God for that. So you have to remove the comma. The comma should not be there. So you remove the comma first and you remove this sign. No sign should be there. You just leave it like that. Computer knows that. Your own is just to make sure that the number of zeros are complete. Like if somebody is saying 12 million, you can count the number of zeros so that it will, after 12, you count. So don't put in, don't break it, don't help the computer. Computer knows more than you. So I can see somebody's hand up. Please, can you ask your question? I need questions here. Okay.
Hello, ma. Hello, ma.
Yes, I'm with you.
But when you were talking about the first line, you said the first line where the sex, age, marital status, and all these other things were, you called the name and the network was stable at my end. So I didn't get the name well.
I say it's like a heading or label. It sounds as
Okay.
a heading. Just take it as a heading. Then you start from the number 2. Number 2 will now be the first questionnaire you are going to enter, or the first respondent.
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma.
Okay. So is there any other question? You have any question, please ask me. So this is just in a nutshell how to prepare spreadsheet. And if you know there's anything that you don't understand, please tell me, let me hear. Or is it very clear? If it's very clear, I'm going to give you something that you put in spreadsheet for me now. Everybody.
Hello, ma.
Yes.
Hello, ma. Sorry, I was
Yes, I can
logged
hear you.
out. A call came in. For this spreadsheet now, that means all the questionnaire collected, we are going to impute each and every one of it in this Excel sheet.
Yes, yes, yes. You have to put all of them.
It's okay, ma.
It's okay. So what will happen now is that I am going to ask you, since you people say you understood everything about spreadsheet, if you don't understand now, ask me. I am here. But if
Mommy, I don't understand.
I see this one now is the questions. The first question, I said we should leave name. We don't analyze name. So the first question that is here is sex, which we put as the first column. Age followed, marital status. All these questions from one to the end. This one has how many questions? 37. 37. 37 questions. There are even more. That means the number of columns you have will be 37. Each question has one column. Each question has one column. I've seen what I will ask you, sir. Chidima, where are you calling us from?
Good morning, ma. Good morning, my fellow classmates. Please, hello. I don't know if you can hear me, ma.
This kind of network today, is it the rain? Hello, class. Chidima, can you hear me? Please ask your question.
I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me, ma.
But for the class, can you people hear me?
Yes, you can hear you, ma.
We can hear Chidima.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if I can go ahead with my question. Jesus. What was the network?
It's like the network from her is not okay. We can hear you, Chidima.
Okay, thank you. Let me just wait for her.
Okay.
Hello, ma. Can you hear me now?
Yes, very clear.
Okay, ma. My question is in respect to the Excel sheet, the spreadsheet. I want to.
Yes.
My question is this: if we are done inputting those figures, how are we going to calculate it to get the final number? I don't know if you understand what I mean by calculating. Like for the first column, when you're done, how do you total everything and get the figure that you want to use and work on your projects, your analysis? Thank you, ma. That's my question.
Good question. Chidima, where are you calling us from?
Okay, from Enugu State, ma.
That's good. You're welcome. Okay. I don't know whether anybody has anything to say, or should I go ahead? Somebody like Joseph can attempt this question now. Joseph.
Yes, yes, ma.
Please attempt the question. How are you, after doing all the spreadsheet, how do you get to the thing that you use to write in your chapter 4 and 5, probably?
Hello, ma. I'm still thinking about it, ma. But I know in
okay,
Excel, I know in Excel sheet once. Okay.
It's network today now. Wow. Hello, class. Before you know, I'll be thrown out again. Sorry, I won't waste you. I won't take your time again. Let me just go straight. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma.
Okay, thank you. Japhet. Japhet, you will take the next question I'm going to ask. Okay. So thank you, Chidima, for question. When you finish spreadsheet, you now contact somebody that will do analysis for you, or you can do it yourself. Excel can help you to do analysis to some extent. There are some things that Excel, Microsoft Excel can help you to analyze. But when you want a higher analysis, a deeper analysis, you need to go and use SPSS or Starter. So I hope that is clear. So this one is just to put your work together before you can send to how or to whoever will analyze for you. And if time permits today, maybe during the last time after the break, we can run through and see how we can use this data we have generated and how we can put it in Excel, in SPSS, and get some reasonable thing that we can use to write our chapters 4 and 5. So, but for now, let's focus on how to get it right. So, my question now is, if I give you any questionnaire of any type, you can code it. You can code it. The coding you can do on your code book. You can now do the spreadsheet. I want to get the answer from the class. Can you do spreadsheet for me? If I give you any, or if you go home, you can get any questionnaire and then you do spreadsheet, even with figures that don't exist. Can you do that?
So
We
try,
can
ma.
try it, ma.
You can try. Thank you.
Yes, ma.
I
Yes, ma.
want you to try it. There is one I want to show you now that I want you to try. In case you have a table like this table A. I was trying to figure out how I will draw the table, but thank God that the questionnaire we're even using is having table. So if I have a table like this, the thing in the heading of the table, I don't know, but the heading of this column is cost of inputs. Inputs like cost of land, cost of fertilizer, cost of seed, cost of herbicide, cost of pesticide. And then there's another column, it has unit cost. That's the unit cost of this. And another column, it has quantity, size. And another column, it has total cost. So in this case now, if I'm to put it in spreadsheet, what will I do? Because if I say I should write cost of input, just watch me. If I should say cost of input as my heading, cost, you should not write everything in full. Cost input, because there is no spacing. Okay, so this is my cost of input. I hope you can see my screen. So if
Yes.
I come to write cost of input here,
Yes, ma'am.
there are so many inputs. Yes, there are so many inputs that there is not only one item. I don't know whether you are getting me. If it was only one item, I could have written cost of input and put the name of the item. If it's something that I cannot, that is not quantifiable, I can assign numbers. Then for unit of unit cost, I put the cost. But this one has several variables under it. So what am I going to do? How am I going to put this one inside this spreadsheet? Can anybody make an attempt? Because there are so many inputs, and then there are so many unit costs, and there are so many unit sizes, and there are so many total cost. So if I say unit cost, is it for the land? If I use a unit quantity or size, or quantity? Is it for the land, or is it for the fertilizer? Is it for the seed? Is it for the herbicide? I don't know whether you get me. Can somebody make an attempt so that we can, if you give me an this in a good answer here, that means you have understood everything that we have been saying.
Good morning,
So
ma'am.
can somebody? Yes, good morning.
Yes.
That is Ted. That is Ted. Yeah, Chagu Ted. We can try. So who is trying? Try. Let's see now. Just tell me. Oh, then the Amos. Sorry, then the Amos.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Yes. What
Under
can
the
you say
coding,
about this now?
okay, the cost of land is already measured in hectares. Under the unit, now, if for instance you have used like 3 hectares, the unit cost now you put 3 there. This is 3 hectares. And the quantity size
Wait,
now,
let
how
me
many
follow
hectares?
you. It's assumed that, wait, let me see. It's assumed that this thing will have figure 23,000. This one, 52,000. This one, 67,000. This one, 25,000. This one, 17,000. So this size now, this size can be 3, this size can be 7, this can be 8, 2, and 4. Then total cost can be another figure just like this. So how do you present this kind of thing inside the questionnaire that we're talking about? Okay,
Ma,
so
can
what
I
I'll
say
do?
something?
Yes,
You multiply the
say.
unit cost by the quantity.
Is
Now you
it
multiply the
possible?
unit cost.
I can hear you.
Is it possible that on the spreadsheet where you put cost of inputs, is it possible to make a table and impute it inside that space for each participant, for each correspondent? I don't know, I'm assuming that something like that is possible. So that when you click on that space,
You're not asking me, you should be telling me
yes,
that.
I'm just thinking, that's how I'm thinking. I'm thinking that it's possible to impute so that when you touch that box, it opens a larger table for you to see the breakdown.
Okay, so wait. Thank you for your attempt, precious. So what I instead of going over to the other spreadsheet, let's assume this is our spreadsheet. Are we okay? So that we'll
Yes,
be
ma'am.
following. That's why I created this table here. So here now, I'm supposed to give a heading. This first row now, is supposed to be for heading. All these things. So it's good that we get the heading well. Once you get the headings well, to start imputing the data is a simple one. But if you didn't get the headings well, you will not be able to go far. So here now, I am looking at this is cost of input. So I can now say cost of land, unit, quantity, and cost. So I will say, let me say, what I can say here is I can say land, land cost. Okay, let me say, because it's unit cost, I say unit U cost. Did you see me? So in that
Yes,
case
ma'am.
now,
Yes, ma'am.
what I'm referring to is cost of land, the unit cost of land. So the 23,000 will be under here. So the second one I can write now is this land again, the heading now, land quantity, the quantity of land. I use following. The same land. Land will have like 3 columns. The one for the cost, unit cost, the one for the quantity, and then the one for the total cost, land total cost. So you see land, C cost, C cost. You see one that have finished with land. So now I will enter fertilizer. I'll now say fertilizer unit U cost. I will follow in. Then fertilizer quantity, fet quantity. Then the last one, fertilizer T cost. Fertilizer T cost. I don't know whether I've made a point.
Yes,
Yes,
we are
ma. Yes,
following,
ma.
ma.
We are.
You follow. So when you come again, the next thing, because the next line now you write seed U cost. That means the cost, unit cost of. And the next one will be, the next column will be seed quantity, the quantity of seed. Then the next column will be the seed T cost, the total cost of seed. Then you are done with seed. Then you go to herbicide, U cost, quantity cost, and all that in that order. Have I made myself clear? You can see that it's not really easy.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
But you saw everything
It's
now.
clear, ma. But it's not.
Every of these items
Yes.
and this column will have its own name, because the way it is here in this questionnaire, that's how the second questionnaire will still be. So the cost that this person has incurred on land is here. Another person's cost will be here to show you that this is another person's cost on land. Then another person's quantity of land will be here again. So I think I have made myself clear. You can practice it. If there's a problem, you can chat me up. Is that okay? I hope
Sorry, ma,
I've
if I get you
demonstrated.
correctly.
Precious. I don't
Excuse me, ma.
understand, from Chidima. Chidima,
Yes,
I
ma.
don't understand. Okay, are you the one? Or is it Precious? Which
No,
person
it's
does it
Precious
did not
speaking.
understand?
It's Precious speaking. So if I get you
Okay, so
correctly, ma, what you just did now, the spreadsheet you created on the Microsoft can be transferred to this spreadsheet on the Excel book directly. That's those headings now. You will continue the headings on the Excel spreadsheet.
Sorry, I didn't get you. Let me get you properly. Is it here?
Okay. The yes, this spreadsheet you created here now. This land cost.
This one is not spreadsheet. So
this coding.
wait. This
Okay.
it's spreadsheet in the way, but I didn't want us spreadsheet is normally done in Excel. It's not done in
So my
Microsoft.
question now.
But I just want us to be on the same page so that you understand it. I will not be going from one page to another. That's why I did it here.
All right.
So your question is what?
So how do you replicate it on the main spreadsheet on the Excel now? Do you use these same headings there?
Okay.
You were asking how to represent
if you like, you can copy here.
This cost of inputs now, this table, you were asking us how to represent it on this spreadsheet. So my question now is this.
And that is what I showed.
Okay, so how do you do it directly on the main spreadsheet? Do you put these headings, this land cost?
That's how I would do it.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I would do.
That's
on the
the
spreadsheet.
same
I said
heading.
I won't be going there.
Yes. The same heading that has sex, age, you put these headings there.
Yes.
Okay.
I did this one so that we will not be going far. So that we'll be seeing it. It's not supposed to be done in a Microsoft Word, but it's in Excel. but I wanted us to be doing it in the same. If it were a physical class, I would have been drawing this on the board for you. So that's why I brought it to where you can be seeing what I'm doing. But if you like, you can copy this thing and go and paste there in the Excel.
Take.
Root. So I hope this is clear enough. So what you have learned today, please, at least if you go home, just do one. Carry one question, even if it's a simple one. Try and give them names. That, just like I said, the first column is for labeling. Even if it's the labeling you can do it, so that you will flow with us. Because this thing is not good at your age now. You collect your data, you go and be looking for all these year 2 or year 3 students come and do spreadsheet for me. You will even do it much better than them. Because let me just give you my experience over the years. Some students, where is that our spreadsheet? Some students, instead of writing sex here, they can write question 1. God help me today. Cut and join. So what I was saying before we were thrown out, I said some people that you think they are experts, when they want to give this heading, some of them will be writing numeral Roman numerals for me, 1 as heading. Oh, sorry, I don't intend to clean the one I wrote, but they'll just come like this. I'll come and write 1 Roman numeral 1. The next question, they assume that they are telling you that is question 1. The next one, they write question 2, like that. The next thing, they will write question 3, like that. The next one, question IV, So by so doing, I don't know the name of what is in that column. This one gives more work than every other thing. Instead of them to give you the name, because they know that this name, sometimes they may not be able to write the real, some things that should be heading, maybe a question like, let's go to that thing and I'll show you what I mean. Oh, sorry. Like what is, let's see this question, another question that may be difficult. Okay, like what they say, what quantity of rice do you harvest per year? You know that you are supposed to put this question as a heading. What quantity of rice do you harvest per year? So how are you going to do it so that it will be a heading? So instead of them to look for a way or a name on how to put it as a heading, they'll come and write question 23. They'll write 23, of which I don't know what question 23 is all about. But I can look for a way of say, they say the question says what quantity of rice, that's quantity of rice per year. So I will now say, okay, let me see what I will write. I will write Q tip Y, that's quantity, rice, rice, then year, YR, quantity of rice per year. So if you are the person analyzing and doing the analysis, and you see 23, and then you come and see this, won't you be able to read that this is the quantity of rice? Then yeah, all of them is abbreviation, what is one word. So if you learn it on your own, you will even be better off, because these people are doing it. They have not been taught, but you have been taught. So try to get a name, get something around to be the name or the acronym of that sentence. Because we have been using sex, it's very easy, just write the same sex. But when it comes to something that is like a sentence, you can build something. If it's a constraint is the major word, you can write constraint. If it's problem, if perspective, you can, if it's the major word inside that sentence, you can just use it and say perspective or perspective and leave it like that. So that is what I'm trying to tell you, that running to them may not even help, because once they come like this, I'll start coding all over again. We'll start cleaning, we'll start editing. It will even be too bulky for you. So it's better you learn it so that you'll be able to do it by yourself. I don't see anything that is very difficult in it. Once you get their heading straight, every other thing is very simple. To enter their figures will not take you anything. So I hope we can move on to another thing. We have so many things to cover today. Hello, class. Ichidima, are you okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma, we can move on, ma.
Hello?
Yes, ma, but we have few minutes to our break time, ma.
Okay, so we can go ahead with our slide. Yeah?
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
So we can go ahead. Okay. Let's see where we stop. Look at the spreadsheet. I told you that the first row is the heading. Serial number, you can give it serial number. Then you start from question 1, age, sex, marriage, status, occupation, household size. You can see something from what I've done there, that from the heading, from that heading, you cannot see anything like space in between or character or symbol. It's just ordinary figures, no space, no comma, no invited comma, no semicolon, no apostrophe s. Even this my SL, I'm not even sure whether it will go because of that symbol. But I don't think it will go. Highest you can write SN. Don't use anything like star or dollar sign or naira sign. And you can see my naira. This thing is in naira. It's annual income. This is 50,000. I didn't put comma. This is 40,000. I didn't put comma. This is 506,000. This is 1.2 million. No comma. So that is the spreadsheet for you, and it's done in Excel. I've tried and I've said so much. So we'll go to data analysis. I hope we'll be able to do data analysis before we go for break. We didn't have that. So what can we say about? Can we use maybe 10 minutes to run data analysis? Just to show Chidima that the spreadsheet, once you have done with the spreadsheet, the next stage, just to show us, not that we are really taking analysis. So can we do that? Maybe add extra 10 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so data analysis, this is simply a process of converting an array of data to information that can be used to draw.
It's okay, ma'am. It's okay by us.
Okay, to draw reasonable conclusion with regards to the subject under study. So there are criteria before you choose analytical techniques that you are supposed to use. First of all, before you embark on data analysis, you consider the users of the analysis, who are going to be the end users. Okay, so this will help you to know the type of analytical tool to use. If it's just like ordinary extension agents, they don't need so much grammar. Even the one that my friend was asking whether I can use a closed-ended question for age, you can just use that one because they don't need it for any other thing, just to know the age group or how the respondents are in their age, whether they are old people or they are young people. So it depends on the user. That will determine to an extent the analytical tool or you are using. And then time, what time do you have? If you don't have enough time, analysis that will take you a whole year to do. So we consider the time, we consider the cost that will be involved. In analysis, you need money to do analysis. Okay, so you don't you are welcome back. You check the amounts that have involved in the data analysis. It takes time and it takes money too. Then the confidentiality of the respondents, just like we saw in that spreadsheet, in that questionnaire, they were writing name. You don't go and put somebody's name in analysis, or you are finished, you want to analyze something and you are going to report and you are reporting somebody's name at this company or this or that. So it's not allowed. It's something that you consider the confidentiality. Those data they gave you in confidence, how do you treat it? Okay, so I don't know how we're going to do this one. What I will do is just to, this is where, okay, so let me just see whether I have any data in any data that we can use to do. Oh, sorry, I cannot even do that because this my laptop doesn't have SPSS. It doesn't have SPSS. My other laptop that I use SPSS. So we will peg that one for now. We'll peg that one for now, but it's something I did. You did correlation. I could have shown you how to do correlation. It's just very simple. Once you upload that your Excel, that's your spreadsheet to Excel, to SPSS. SPSS, you just tell him to analyze, and it will analyze. It will ask you which type of analysis you want to do. You will tell you go and choose correlation. It will run correlation for you. You will see the result. Or if it's a regression, you will see the results. Or maybe after the break, I may try to log in using that the system that has SPSS. That's as I didn't even remember that. I'm so sorry about that. I thought it's in this system. So we cannot go ahead with that. So let me see what is left so that I will know how to. Network has really disturbed us today. Okay, so we'll do data presentation. How do you present your data after the analysis? What form? Usually data can be presented or results can be presented in a tabular form. Most of the times we use table to present our result, or in a graphical form, or a diagram using pie charts, bar charts, and all that. So a good research result will have at least a tabular, a graphic, or diagrammatic presentation of the result. Otherwise, nothing differentiates it from a newspaper publication. So what we are saying is that when you come back from the field and you just start writing the age of the farmers, the mean age, the farmers are not living well, their living condition is poor and all that. You are writing like as if you are writing Oh, sorry, this network thing. I think we can go for break. When we come back, we'll just round off and then we'll call it a day.
It's okay, ma.
Okay, ma.
What we have to treat is just remaining few things about presentation of results. So can we just go for this break? I don't know whether that is what is logging us out. We'll come back by 2.
No.
By 1, sorry.
Okay.
By 1, then we finish before 2 we'll finish.
Okay, ma.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you.
Joseph, you can end the class. You are the host.
Yes, it's okay.